Learners, hopefully all of you will be fine. Today, the very topic that we are going to discuss is about logical reasoning. So, about this topic, when we talk about what's logical reasoning, like here we understand the foundations of critical thinking. Like it's the process of using a structured, rational approach to arrive at a conclusion, and it's necessary in problem solving, decision making, and in analytical thinking. Like when we talk about logical reasoning, so it involves analytical thinking, like where we break down information in like complex information, we break down into smaller parts, and then like we understand relationships and patterns of this information. And in problem solving, like we use logic and reasoning to find solutions to complex or unfamiliar problems, like that are issues that are new for us. So we find their solutions. So validity, when we talk about validity, it's a logical argument that's valid if the conclusion follows certain or necessarily from the premises. Like if premises or surroundings provides us information about the like conclusion, then information or argument is valid. So soundness, it refers to the strength of information, like when argument is strong or sound if it's both valid and all its premises are true, like its surroundings are information that's in the surrounding, it's if it's true. So in friends, this process, like it's a process of drawing conclusion from one or more statements or premises. And then when we talk about argument structure, it consists of premises, statements as like those as statements that are assumed to be true, and a conclusion what follows from these premises. And then critical evaluation, like where we assess arguments for consistency, coherence, and the strength of the evidence. So we move towards types of logical reasoning, deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, abductive reasoning, and analogical reasoning. First of all, we talk about deductive reasoning. Here, it moves from general to specific, like it starts with a general rule and applies to a specific case. Examples: all mammals are warm-blooded, a dolphin is a mammal, and a dolphin is warm-blooded. That's the deductive reasoning when we talk about a dolphin is a warm-blooded in the light of the information that was general, and specifically it moves towards the specific that a dolphin is warm-blooded. So then we talk about all humans are mortal, like humans, they will end, they will decay. So Socrates is a human, therefore Socrates is mortal. So that's deductive reasoning. We move towards inductive reasoning. It moves from specific to general, like it uses patterns or examples from general conclusions. Examples are the sun rose at 6:30 a.m. yesterday and today. So, inductive reasoning is it will likely rise at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Another example, every swan I have seen is white. Therefore, all swans are probably white. Now we talk about abductive reasoning. Here, best guess based on evidence. So starts with an observation and seeks the most likely explanation. For example, the grass is wet, it rained last night, and abductive reasoning is it probably rained last night. So another example, the cookie jar is empty, someone ate the cookies, and abductive reasoning is my brother probably ate the cookies. We talk about the final type in this category, that is analogical reasoning. So analogical reasoning, it compares two different things based on their similarities and uses that comparison to draw conclusions or make predictions. It's especially useful when trying to understand we try to understand new or unfamiliar info concepts, and we link them to the known ones or familiar ones. Examples: A is like B, so B has property X, therefore A probably also has property X. So another example, a smartphone is like a small computer. So a computer can give viruses. So in the same way, a smartphone can also get viruses. First, for example, when we move towards the first examples, where is analogical reasoning? A is like B. So B has property X. So when B has property X, so it's essential A probably also has the property X when A is like B. So when we talk about in the second example, a smartphone is like a small computer, like there is comparison of smartphone with computer. So a computer can get viruses or virus. So if a computer can get virus, so a smartphone can also get viruses. We talk about logical fallacies that are involved in these logical reasonings. So these common errors actually in reasonings, they must be avoided because they weaken the arguments. Ad hominem, first of all, which refers to attack the person making the argument instead of addressing the argument itself. Like here, we don't focus on the arguments or we don't address the argument. Instead of that, we attack the persons while making the argument. So that's it should be avoided. Then we talk about straw man. Here we misrepresent someone's argument and make it easier to attack. Simply, we don't focus on the argument, rather we focus on attack in straw man. So appeal to emotion. Like here, we use emotional appeals like fear, pity, and we try to persuade the logic in this way. Like we simply don't focus on the argument, rather we persuade our emotions, and in this way we try to solve this logic, and that's not a good approach, or we can say rational approach. So bandwagon, here we assume something that's true or good because it's popular, like on the basis of the popularity of the things or the fame of the thing, so we decide like that's true. False dilemma. So here we present only two opinions when more exist. Like just we focus on two opinions and rest of the opinions we ignore. So in slippery slope, we it's just that one event will inevitably lead to a chain of negative consequences. Like we'll focus on the basis of this information uh, or the information, it will lead us towards a negative conclusion or negative consequences. So these all logical fallacies, they must be avoided while tackling the logical reasoning. How we can improve, practice questions, they are there. These questions, first of all students at the school wear uniforms. So James is a student at the school. If question rises, does James wear a uniform? Yes, and that's deductive reasoning. Like further, there are particular tips how logical thinkings they can be developed. We have to always ask the question like about what's the evidence. So we have to avoid assumption and biases. So practice with puzzles and logical games. These strategies, they can enhance logical thinking. In conclusion, we can say logical reasoning, it's essential skill to analyze information, identify patterns, and make sound decisions based on evidence and rational thought. When we talk about it develops or it makes the backbone of problem solving in academic professionals and everyday contexts. While improving our logical reasoning abilities, we not only better our critical thinking, but also we become more effective communicators and decision makers. Like it plays a vital role in decision making and in communication as logics are built. So when logics are built, we can solve our problems in academic and in professional and in everyday context. So when we talk about in recent age, when we have plenty of information and opinions, so ability to think logically or rationally and give reasons more clearly, it's valuable and effective. So in this way, we can all develop and focus on logical reasoning. So thank you for bearing, if you have, bearing and staying with me. So if you have any question in comments, you can question. So take care of yourself and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.